fine. And they think it's hilarious. And I'm like,
everything's fine.
What is that even
That's
from?
I think of that
my
meme,
God.
and the house is on fire. But, like, you're sitting there in the chair, like, yeah, everything's fine.
It's from, like, a movie or something. I'm fine. Everything's fine. All right, let's kick this episode off. It's from something. You think about it. I'm going to go ahead and launch this episode off.
Okay, do it. I am...
This is Fantasy Intervention. Now here to intervene with your fantasy life, Chase Vernon.
Oh, caught ya. What's going on, guys? Welcome on into Fantasy Intervention. Oh, we have such a great episode coming to you guys today. We're going to be doing it during the middle of football Tuesday. God, I almost said football Thursday.
Very weird.
Because of the fact that, there's a game on right now. So turn down the volume, turn up our podcast, and let's get tuned into this episode because we need to figure out who is going to be injured going forward, who is actually going to be healthy, what's going on, of course. And I'm excited for this upcoming week.
Yeah.
With me, I have Steffi Smalls in the house. What's going on, Steph? How you doing?
What's up, party people? Very excited to be back. Our intro, that music, gets me very excited every single time. I don't know what it is, but
I love it.
No one can see me because I'm dancing, but
I am too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely like bobbing my head, like I'm getting into it. I'm like, dude, I'm sharing my shit. I'm having so much fun. This is the most amount of fun I could ever have sharing stuff my entire life.
I'm definitely enjoying myself. That's for sure.
By the way, I can see behind the scenes. But anyways, I'm too busy sharing stuff, so I had no idea.
That's fine.
Oh my God. Anyways, we do have a rehab report coming at you guys, but before we actually get started with the rehab report, Steffi, can you let everybody know where to find you, or should I say Dr. Honey?
Yes, thank you, Sugar Tits. Oh, speaking of, great
time. Yeah, it was perfect timing.
So allegedly we're going to go with Dr. Juice and Dr. Honey. It's Adam and I, allegedly. But you guys can find me at Steffi Smalls with 3 L's, and I'm excited to get it going. I feel like this rehab report is a little bit more positive, kind of. Depends who you own.
I was going to try and mock you a little bit, but there's no way I could get that high pitch. I could try, but I'm going to leave that one alone.
It gets so much worse after claws. It's very bad.
Oh God, nothing can touch my niece. My niece is the highest pitched thing I've ever heard, and she loves to scream in your ear. She thinks it's hilarious when she comes up behind you and just screeches in your ear as loud as she can. She's like 3, by the way.
I was gonna say thank you so much. I was gonna give her 6 or so. I was hoping that you were comparing me to a 6-year-old, not a 3-year-old, but I honestly, my behavior while I'm doing school and football is like a 3-year-old. Actually, 3-year-olds may have better composure, but it's fine.
Hey, it still works out. So
it's working.
Let's go ahead, guys, and let's talk about Thrive Fantasy real quick. If you guys want to actually play these prop bets, make sure you guys go check out thrivefantasy.com. It lines up just like a DFS episode. Yeah, you actually, kind of build a lineup with your own prop bets. It's thrivefantasy.com. You use promo code CIRCLE to hop in there. And let's go ahead and get this episode kicked off.
Let's rock it.
Did you say let's sled it or sled it?
Let's rock it.
Let's rock it? All right, let's rock it.
Okay.
Did you say let's rock this cunt? Let's do it.
I need to stop coming up with phrases because none of them have worked. Okay.
Oh.
Where are we starting? Yeah, he caught the Rona. We could just start with this really quick since it's coming up already. Des Bryant.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Positive for luckily I'm a female and it kind of works. Like, this is a PG show. But no, Des Bryant, he has coronavirus. I mean, Chase is just kind of filling me in because I was interviewing one of the Titans beat writers right before we got on, so I got to see it late. But he was wearing a mask. I don't know how effective that is if he's using the equipment and practicing all week, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's strange. Like, I don't know why Baltimore just keeps having these issues pop up time and time again. It's like, they need to do a better job. They need to have, like, I don't know, doctors with each one of these people. And every time they go to take off their mask, like, they get like a backhand with some powder on it or something,
Yeah, it
Like,
makes
how-
me wonder, like, why are they having so many? What the heck is going on over there? Like, just figure it out, okay? You have to figure something out.
I have no
Use your
idea.
Purell.
All right, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off. And first off, I need to know what hallucinations metatarsatal joint is.
Okay. I don't know why it wrote that. It's just
Phalangeal.
It's
That's
not.
what it
Yeah,
was.
we're basically talking turf toe. Everyone I know, I'm sure. I feel so bad. I send my condolences to Gibson owners. It's a very, very sad. Unfortunately, he did. It seems they haven't really come out totally with the report. I'm kind of getting mixed readings here. I was on live last night, and someone was telling me now there might be concern with the MCL. I don't know how true that is. We'll see. It looks very. I mean, if you guys follow Adam, he did a really great image of how he got. It looks very much like a turf toe injury, but unfortunately, that we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks. So I don't know that this is going to be someone that comes back this season. I hate to say it because I've had a blast watching him, but I mean, he only had 2 carries, 14 yards, and he was out. You could see him getting taped. He's like grimacing in pain. The guy he was not comfortable by any means. So
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it sucked. It's sad to see too, because he's been really picking it up. He's been doing great, but the mechanism, that injury is looking more grade 2, grade 3, which makes me think 3 to 4 weeks. So I don't know that we're gonna get much more of him moving forward.
No, it's shitty, but I mean, as for fantasy owners, it's kind of a good time that it's happening to him when it is, because of the fact that 3 of his next 4 matchups, they're tough, like in terms of the run defenses they had to face. So he could have actually laid an egg for you in the playoffs with these matchups, especially with such a bad offensive line. But yeah, I mean, I know it's bad timing for redraft, but dynasty owners shouldn't be that disappointed, because if you had Antonio Gibson, you made it to the playoffs, there's a good chance that you probably have somebody else in your roster that helped you get there, because Antonio Gibson wasn't relevant up until as of late,
Yeah, right. I was thinking that too. I mean, it's not that there's no way you got there with him this whole time, because it's just not the scenario. But do you think, moving forward, is Barber or McKissick a good option, or
not with the matchups that they have? These matchups are absolutely brutal.
I don't disagree. There's no So
right.
It's kind of a tough loss there, but I think it'll be good. He's gonna have an amazing season next year. I think it's good they let him rest. He needs it. The turf toe, it's such a frustrating injury. It hurts so bad, and you feel like you can do it, and then you start running, and they just can't perform the way that they want to. But
well, let's go on from the toe and into hamstring, right?
Okay.
Because that's what they connect, right? The toe connects to the hamstring bone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next
but
week,
go ahead. Let's talk about the hamstring.
Head to toe. I may or may not have jumped around the body in the show, but I did my best.
I know you did.
I gave you organization, but it didn't.
It was closer. It was closer.
Much better, right? Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. But let's talk hamstring. Obviously, the love of my life, Daniel Jones. We could talk about him. Actually, in the show notes, it says Daniel M.F. Jones. I'll let everyone interpret it as it is. But you're getting mixed reports from different places. I know I wasn't really a fan of Roto World's report acting like Judge was faking, whatever. He apparently is back 90 to 95%. I watched him on the field with the trainers. He's moving very well. I think that sitting them this past week, like I said last episode, was probably one of the best decisions. Dr. Juice would disagree with me on the mechanism. I don't think it's quite as serious as they're saying, but I think that he'll be back. But that doesn't. Please, you don't play him. I'm not going to advise you to do so, but I think it would give Mr. Ingram probably he plays better. Obviously, it's going to give him a better chance to give you a little bit more points if he is one of your options.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I'm sitting there and looking at it is the fact that Daniel Jones, if you take away his rushing production from the 2 big games that he had, right? Like where he ran for 64 yards and 90 yards or so. If you take away those 2 games, just the rushing production side of things, he would actually be quarterback 28 on the season. And he's only missed a game and a half. Meanwhile, quarterback 27 is Gardner Minshew, who hasn't played since week 7.
Okay.
So it's something as to where, with Daniel Jones being a fantasy option, he does have that rushing upside, but with that bad, hamstring, I don't want to rely on that. I don't want to sit there and bank on him actually having that bad hamstring and being able to still produce at a high fantasy level.
Right. And you have to think too, I mean, obviously they sat him last week. He really wanted to play. I think, again, they are going to babysit that hamstring a little bit. They're not going to risk him getting a more severe. It was obviously grade 1, very mild. They're not going to risk putting him in, especially against Arizona defense. It's just not going to happen. So he's not going to be someone that I would advise putting him in, but will he maybe, Gallman again, those kind of guys are obviously going to benefit from him coming back.
Okay. I'll take that. I can roll with that. Evan Ingram, like you brought up, is perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and hop on to the finger injury because the hamstring connects to the fingers.
Right.
So,
that's how it goes. They taught me that in med school first week.
First off, actually, before we jump into the finger bones, can you tell us a little bit about Joe Mixon? Does Joe Mixon actually have any kind of timetable or anything like that?
So they're actually finding out that he was actually born without a foot, and the whole time they actually attached a fake foot. So it's now I don't know what's going on over there. He's not playing. It's not coming back. I don't.
There's your answer, Blake. There's your answer. He was not born with the foot
the whole time. Yeah, it's not. I mean, this is what I said it last time for those of you who are listening. When you get closer to the end of the season, some guys are not going to be worth bringing back. And I think that Joe Mixon, obviously, it's a little bit more. I know everyone's going to bring this up, but we'll talk about Martinez. I will touch base on it, but I don't know a lot. They're not talking about it, and the Giants are off today, so I think that what they'll do, you'll see do not practice Martinez, and then he'll come back probably. He's going to be on the field, whether it's a decoy or not. He's going to be on the field. They're not going to have him out there unless he has some severe back injury that lidocaine can't take care of, which it can. So,
all right. So let's hop back over to Chris Godwin's. Oh God,
so
don't start.
From the back to the finger.
From the back to the finger. What we got over there with Chris Godwin?
Okay, because that's how it connects. So this is one that I kind of forgot about when I was preparing for today. Is Godwin? He did have surgery on that finger. So this week he is having surgery to remove the pins that they put in during week 8 that he missed out on. Again, if you look back, he did only have missed that 1 week from the surgery. I don't think he's a player. Don't get worried about it. I would still play him. He's someone that I don't think is going to have an issue, but don't have a panic attack when you see him on limited practice or do not practice, because they're going to make sure that he's ready to go for game time. But he should be fine. It's a pretty simple procedure. There shouldn't really be any complications, but it's definitely something to at least keep an eye on. He should be limited practice by the end of the week. And
Gladney, whether he plays or not, he's a start. Gladney has been that slot guy. He's the rookie over there getting torched almost every single week. Whether he plays or not, Godwin's a play.
Yeah, and I mean the Vikings D, they're giving up the 9th most yards to opposing receivers. So this is something where you're going to play Godwin. I think it's not something to be too concerned about.
All right. So with the finger bone connecting to the rib bones, that's who we have to talk about next.
Right. That's how it connects.
That's how it connects, right?
I hope my professors don't watch this because I'm definitely failing.
The finger bone connects to the rib bone. All right. Yeah. You're up. What do you got with the ribs? Okay, Who's on the rib report?
So I know. So speaking about ribs, let's talk Drew Brees. I just wanted to give an update because I know this is something that everyone obviously wants to know about. I think obviously Taysom Hill is playing very well. I don't think that they're gonna necessarily rush him back. I think that he's someone that you can expect maybe being out another week. It's in his best interest. He did puncture his lung. So with Taysom Hill, with the way Peyton really loves that guy. So I think they're going to be very comfortable with easing him back into the schedule.
Yeah, he could sit there and sit out to like week 17 or maybe even playoffs.
Right.
Who even knows? Like if Taysom Hill's still succeeding at a high level, I know that Drew Brees is the their guy and they want to stick with him, but why would you transition out of him? Up until Drew Brees is 100%. So I have to wait to bring up comments, right? I get comments in here and I have to wait to bring them up because if I don't, Steffi will all of a sudden bounce from whatever she's saying into answering the comment.
I'm paying attention.
No, I know, but we do have a question.
Okay, fine. Am I allowed to look now?
Yeah, you can look now.
Okay.
He's missed the playoffs in a bunch of leagues. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's the remedy for that?
So usually what I recommend is these. This is the best thing that you could use to tend to your bruised ego. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you.
Typically, after about 16, you'll end up on the bathroom floor crying yourself to sleep, and then you'll wake up feeling great. It's a great grief tool.
That's the nice thing. It's not like red wine. You're not really going to get that hangover. There won't be any guilt. So it's a little bit easier of a way to medicate yourself.
Yeah, coping mechanism.
Right.
All right, so the rib bones connect to the knee bones. The rib bones connect to the
You're right.
knee bones.
I need to reorganize it.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you had a busy day. You just came off a podcast. I got one right after this with Drake Trowbridge, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, no, so we got the knee bones, which connects to the rib bones. So we got to go to the knee bones next.
Yeah, let's talk about the knee bones. So Todd Gurley, they were pretty clear they were only going to use him on third down inside the red zone, which is why, he didn't have as many snaps as expected, whatever. I think that he is someone that can't really be trusted. So I don't like the knee injuries. Those make me nervous, especially with a running back. So I think if he's a desperation option against the Chargers, great. But I could never confidently tell you Falcons versus Chargers, put in a Todd Gurley that's nursing a knee injury. It's just not going to happen.
He does nurse a knee injury constantly. So, a knee injury doesn't concern me as much because he's always nursing an injury. But at the same time, it scares the living hell out of me because he always is. I need to deal with the knee injury. So, I'm in the same boat where I don't love to play him, but I'm a little bit more optimistic that he can be a flex play this week. True. They have nothing to lose if he gets hurt. If he ends up going out there and messes up his knee. Oh, well, he's off the contract,
See you
oops,
later.
Sorry, Todd, we fucked up your life. But they're trying to make the playoffs, although I think they might be close to out of it now. They're very close to it if they're not already out of it. So they're still going to roll him out there. They're just going to say, fuck it. Hey, go fucking me. Yeah, it's fine. I swear to God, if you say it's fine one more time, it's a show.
I'm sorry.
You guys need to go back and watch the intro for this because I don't know if she realized or not, but I was live for the first 15 seconds before actually kicking it off. But she said it's fine.
Chase is a comedian. That's his part-time job. He does comedy.
You're the comedian. You're the one that's talking. I'm just sitting there listening.
Okay, fine. All right, whatever.
Oh, see, there it goes again. It goes again.
There's more knees. There's more knees to talk about.
No, I just meant you said it's fine. So there it goes again. But yeah,
I won't say
go ahead.
The rest of the episode.
Yeah, right. Let's see if you make it 5 minutes. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about Big Ben's knee. How is Big Ben's knee?
Big Ben is one of these old men in the league. And this is what you're going to see with the old men is they're going to be do not practice all the time. Midweek, end of the week, it doesn't matter. I got a little cocky about thinking his knee was going to affect him, which, they still lost, but it wasn't because of his knee. It's just that Big Ben is so beat up.
Wait. The Steelers lost?
Yes, as I predicted, and everyone gave me so much crap for.
As we predicted.
Tell everyone. Oh, we did predict. That's fine. But you were a little butthurt. You didn't want them to win.
I didn't want them to win, but I thought they were going to win. Wait. Who won?
The Washington football team.
Oh, man. They beat the Steelers? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not that crazy, though. The Steelers have been asking to get upset when they almost lost to the Cowgirls. So it's not that big of a deal.
I'm just kidding. I'm trying to lose listeners that are actually Steelers fans. That's all.
Okay, great. Beat it. I'm kidding.
Take your terrible towels and go home. All right. So what's the look with Big Ben? Are we expecting to play? Is he somebody we need to fade? What's going on?
They're gonna make sure he is on the field. You probably won't see him practice, but he's one of those older players that when they get hurt, they really need that rest. You see it all over the league. The matchup against the Bills, he could definitely you could see a lower production by him. In my opinion, I don't know how you feel about it, but there's also there might still be some quarterback options if you do need to pick someone up that might get you if you're trying to get a playoff spot. I think that he may not be the best option this week, but I don't know how you're feeling.
Man, they can't run the ball. So as long as they can't run the ball, Big Ben's going to be, useful. So up against the Bills, typically they do allow running backs to get a little bit more production on them. But no, I mean, Big Ben's going to pass 50 times plus. So I'll play Big Ben, no problem. All right. So the knee bone is connected to the shoulder bone.
Shoulder.
Oh, God.
And I know I got a lot of questions right into Mr. Akers. He was do not practice on Monday. I didn't get a chance. I tried to snag it before I got on. They didn't post it. So I think I could see him kind of resting, but he also is someone that it's hard. The shoulder, again, I mean, you're seeing it, and we'll get into it next is Kyler Murray, is the shoulder is something that can so easily be re-injured and worsened that you have to be very, very careful with this. Last week he had his season highs in snaps, 63%, 21 carries, 7-1, but it's also against the Cards. But Wednesday will be the true tell all for this guy. I think that if you're seeing him still do not practice, you got to be really cautious with him because it's going to be a game time decision. So stay on top of it. This is one that I'll make sure that I'm trying to update with my Twitter because I don't know. I don't know how it makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing Cam Akers even if he is healthy. Like we're sitting there, we're looking at a guy that almost got outproduced by Henderson when Henderson only had 3 carries and he had 18 or something like that, or 21 carries. And he still almost got outproduced by Henderson. This is a shared backfield. And by the way, Cam Akers didn't see a full-on opportunity until Henderson came out with a knee injury. So this isn't something that I'm like, oh my God, you've got to play like Cam Akers. Like, I don't like either one of them. I'll take Henderson if Cam Akers is out. I'll take that. That'd be cool.
I agree. I don't disagree with that. So I'll just jump in the next one because I already name dropped. But Kyler Murray.
Yeah, you did.
I name dropped the crap out of you, Kyler Murray, and your baby gun captures. Anyways, so he is someone that I've been talking about a lot since he got injured, whatever. Claws, yeah, for sure, Taylor.
I told you guys, if there's a comment that pops up on the screen, she can't go through everything.
Okay, I have to do this. So Kyler Murray is someone I'm still not convinced that this is not a worse injury. I think they lidocaine the crap out of this guy before that game. I mean, his production, I have him in one league, and I was very nervous to play him. He usually gets me well over 20 points. He did not do so this week. I think he's someone to watch out for. He's still going to play. He's still going to get you points. I'm not going to tell you to sit at Kyler Murray. I'm never going to tell you that. But please remember that he is playing the Giants defense, who is just absolutely crucifying right now. So that's something, if they hit him the wrong way, Jabril Peppers, Leo, if one of them gets him and he hits that shoulder again, it's going to not be as pretty. So don't be surprised. Again, this is another one. If he's limited practice, he's limited practice. He needs the rest. It's on his throwing arm as well. It's not on the opposite. So I'm just not convinced that it's a very grade 1 injury. They're trying to act like it's very minor. I don't know that I feel that way.
No, that makes plenty of sense. Taylor says, Roar, I think he was trying to distract you. But
I didn't look.
I know. I was trying to make you look. I was flashing it up and on the screen.
I'm trying not to look. I'm like staring down at Rar. How do you say that? I remember it's like reminds me of like emo. Rar. It's like very like remember it was like Rar with the face when we were younger. You don't remember. Keep going. I blew joke. All right, go.
All right, let's go with Christian McCaffrey. What's going on with Christian McCaffrey?
All right. So coach is hopeful he's coming back. We don't really trust hopeful. We don't trust coaches. He was questionable prior to, they make crap up. I mean, we'll get into CH a little bit later, but let's talk. You see what happens when judge coach. That's a problem. I have a sick obsession that I just said judges instead of coaches.
That's kind of sick.
But Christian McCaffrey, he should come back this this week. It's really disgusting. Yeah, I have a problem. I need to address that at the end of this season.
For anybody
so
that doesn't know what she's talking about, she's a huge Giants fan. So instead of saying coaches, she said judge, as in Joe
That's
Judge. Just for anybody that doesn't know.
Really bad. Expect me to cut that clip tomorrow. But yeah, so Christian McCaffrey, this is one I know everyone's been waiting for. This is someone that even if we're a little bit nervous, you don't not start Christian McCaffrey. If he is back and he is playing, you start the crap out of him. He needs to be on. I mean, how could you not? How could you bench him? It makes me. I'm a little worried with him, but I can't tell anyone to not play him if he plays.
You want to hit us up with that 6 stat that you had?
6 times. Yeah, sorry. All I can think about is how I'm very upset that I have to tell you guys to play Christian McCaffrey. But he's let's see. Yeah, Denver. Right. So they are playing Denver too. And they allowed the 4th most rushing yards in the past 3 matchups. It's like 139.7, 7. One of those. Hit it. Okay, good.
Hit it right in the head. And they're actually allowed the most rushing yards since week 8. And that's by over 100 yards. Second overall is Detroit, who is 108 yards less since week 8. So, yeah, I mean, Denver's just been porous up against the running back. If Christian McCaffrey's in, you're playing him, right?
You got to. How can you not? I mean, he's going to get you something. Even if he gets hurt in the 3rd quarter, he's going to get you what you needed for that game.
All right, let's go with the ankle. Wait, what were we on? The shoulder? Yeah, the shoulder connects to the ankle.
It doesn't really make sense, but if you guys went to medical school, you would understand that.
It makes sense if you watch Mike's OnlyFans page. Just saying.
What?
The wishbone, baby. The wishbone.
Okay. So now that I'm very confused, let's talk about Josh Jacobs. You all. So Josh Jacobs,
oh my God! You need to clip that out for Mike. You need to.
Oh yeah, my clips from this are the best. I'm not looking at the chat right now, but if I should, just let me know. I'm gonna keep talking about Mr. Jacobs. So Gruden does not expect Jacobs to play against the Colts. I'm being a little nervous about this. I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk to this about. Oh my God, I can't because I tried to look at the. I wanted to talk about this injury with Dr. Juice, but I haven't had an opportunity. He's not a man of many words. You have to send like a flare to get his attention. But I'm starting to get a high ankle sprainy vibe from him because it was supposed to be this non-contact, not that serious injury, and now he's looking like he's not going to be playing this week. Devontae Booker, I know he was a little bit upsetting for everyone that was on the bandwagon. I think moving forward, he's still not a bad option. I think that you could see his production still increase. He's was their go-to option on early downs, but against the Colts, I don't know. So Josh Jacobs isn't looking good.
So in other words, he's a #DNT, right?
What's a DNT?
I don't know. You put in the show notes.
Where is it? Oh, it's my new I forgot. It's one of my new thing. DNT. Do not trust. DNT.
#DNT.
#DNT. I like it. It has a ring to it. I think I need shirts. I do not trust him.
And yeah, that's all Fantasy Rounders over there going. I'm guessing that's Bowers over there. But yeah, he was just trolling my handsome hunkiness.
Nothing to see. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's hop on to another ankle person. Yes, that is one of my preseason darlings. Yes. Bring me more misery.
Let me bring a little more misery. I'll say it with a smile, though. DJ Moore.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Steph.
He had a non-contact right ankle injury. He is unlikely to play now because he's got COVID. Well, possibly. We don't know if it tested positive, but his X-ray was negative. It's probably low ankle sprain. So as long as he clears the COVID test, then even if he does, I don't know if we're seeing him. It kind of depends. It's hard now because now he's on the COVID list. So we're at Tuesday. It's a little unlikely if he's one of the guys that I don't know what's going on at the Panthers. They had mass amount of people get added to their reserve list today. So no more means a little bit of Robbie Anderson, which is high floor wide receiver 2 against the Broncos. But I don't know. How do you feel about? I don't know how I feel about Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson's going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, this whole thing's going to be a shit show, which we're going to get into here shortly. But yes, I will say real quick that I'm going to get off of this. I have another podcast, and after that, I'm going to reach out to Viridian Global, and we're going to have some Joiner Circle / DNT shirts coming soon. And it's going to be like
not trust
super anti-creepy type shirts. And I'm going to get with Steph to get these things made.
Oh, I hope they're creepy. Okay. They don't have
or very creepy. All right, whatever you want.
Okay, no, not creepy.
All right, okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into this here in a second. This whole thing's gonna be a shit show. So I'm gonna hop over whether I trust Robbie Anderson or not. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop on to the fact that the ankle bone connects to the hip bone, and we'll talk about that.
How could you guys not know that? What did you take?
I knew that.
Okay,
I knew that.
Yeah, so the ankle connects to the hip, and just a little bit more misery for you guys is Kenny Galladay. I am starting to think we may not see him because I think he's someone that it's not worth worsening the injury. I mean, let's be serious. I don't know where the Lions think they're going in the playoffs, but it's not very far. So I think it'd be in their best interest to let him rest that hip. It seems like I thought last week maybe it wasn't as serious, but it's looking like it might be a little bit more serious. I'm hoping to see some imaging results or a little bit more of an update. They've been pretty quiet about this injury, so it's been hard to get an idea. But again, I definitely am not gonna recommend anyone else on the Lions. I don't know if you have someone that you would like to, but he's
not quite yet, but I'll look into it. All right,
okay,
let's go with AJ Brown. What's going on with AJ Brown?
Yeah, so this is one that I was going to ask you to jump by because I had to grab. There was something that just came in right before. Can we go to the next person so I can pull it up?
Yeah, I can cover this next one actually. So
okay, cool.
We're gonna hop back to AJ Brown, but DeAndre Swift
is the misery.
Yeah, I don't like this, but like I don't like talking about this at all. But DeAndre Swift, he went through this concussion protocol, and I don't know exactly what happened. He ended up going helmet contact or something on those lines in practice, which was a very, very strange thing to do where you get knocked out in practice. He did not like having a concussion. He did not like it at all, and he did not look the same according to multiple sources when he tried to get back to practice. He looked like he was very hesitant. He did not want to play. This is something as to where like that's scary for a player, especially with the whole concussion, issues and all these players retiring at a younger age, namely Kuechly, recently. But this is a rookie, guys. This is a rookie who could be a star in this league, who is seriously dealing with some personal issues right now. Yeah. And he's not somebody that I actually want to rush back. Like he's not somebody that I'm like, oh my God, like, come on, please come back to this game. I need him to make sure that he's completely ready to come back before I just assume that he's mentally right, Right,
for sure. Definitely. I think this is another one. I mean, again, I think I'll have to think of a t-shirt name for trusting the practice status, but he's another one you're going to have to keep an eye on. I mean, I did put in the notes that I still think that there is a possible chance that he could have a very good game against the Packers. He's still rated right now as like a top 12 running back, but I don't know that I trust it. Concussions, anything with the head, you have to be very, very cautious with playing them again. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, who was it last year was it Sterling Shepard last year for the Giants?
Was it Shepard? I mean, yeah, it was. The Giants, Shep and Slayton they just like to get injuries. It's kind of their MO. So, but like they're ridden. They just have so many injuries. But
all right, did you figure out AJ Brown?
Yes,
okay, cool.
I did. So AJ Brown is still considered borderline right now. I was looking for it because in my notes I wanted to tell you that Roto World put on theirs site that he appeared gimpy, which is such a ridiculous thing. I don't know who's doing these reports lately, but they've been out of control the past week. Like, he appeared gimpy. Okay, anyway, so here it is, right ankle. I haven't seen anything on imaging yet. So it either means that they don't think it's as serious, or they haven't yet got to it, or they haven't quite released it. He's borderline wide receiver 1 for this next week. I think this is another one. Again, practice status can be everything. I would imagine he's still in. I wouldn't start panicking. They'll probably rest him all week. So again, don't freak out if you see a limited practice. He is not on my DNT list.
Okay, so gimpy isn't an issue for you. Check.
Yeah, we're not too worried about the gimpiness.
All right, so we had the hip bone connects to the intestinal virus loss something.
Okay, I'll take over from here. Thank you, Chase. I got it from here.
I'm tired of trying to pronounce the stuff that you're typing up here.
Yeah, so we'll make it easy. I knew you were gonna do this somehow. I don't know why, and I put it in there because of that. I almost put just GI, but I just wanted this to happen. It did. So
perfect.
He had a GI virus. He really irritated the crap out of people like myself, who was told he was okay and he was playing, and then he did exactly jack, and I'm going to use the word shit because that's what he did. He did jack shit. So
proud of you for using that word.
And Andy Reid really played us. He did a good job with that. But he should return. I mean, a GI bug is not gonna beat you down. The issue is he did lose a little weight, so it's just a matter of getting his strength back more than anything. The Miami Dolphins, they allow 4.6 yards per carry, so he still ranks top 20. He's this week. I know everyone's very upset with him, but with the GI bug, I mean, we're not talking. He doesn't have a high ankle sprain, so he should recover quite well from this. He just needs some electrolytes and some whatever his favorite food is. He just needs to eat and gain his weight back. It's not a big deal.
All right, so the gastronomic intestinal virus connects to the foot bone.
Oh God, I need to organize this better. Okay.
Again, I think is that the other foot bone maybe? Did we already cover a foot bone?
Did we do a foot bone? We did
I don't know.
Come on.
We did a toe. We did an ankle. I don't know.
Come on, foot is different because they just make it up as they go. They just write foot injury, and then all of a sudden it becomes something else. But he is Chris Carson. His foot is apparently still very sore. He's still he apparently is still struggling. This guy is like typing on the thing. We're bouncing off of each other on the show notes. But he's someone that, and I think you saw it against the Giants, he's definitely not 100%. I mean, he doesn't look like Chris Carson. He rushed 13 times for 65 yards. He had 1 touchdown, but you can tell that he definitely is still sore. And I think that they'll remain conservative with him, especially with the Seahawks trying to still, now they're getting a little, I mean, they just lost to the Giants. And I just wanted to say that, but I think that they'll be conservative with him. So I think they'll be conservative with him. If you have someone else to play, I would probably play him. I think, but they do play. Are they playing the Washington next week? Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Okay. So again,
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I don't
Okay.
know.
So I forget. I'll have to look who they play, but
because I believe Washington has the 49ers. It's either 49ers or Seahawks,
right.
and then again
You're
in 2
right.
weeks
You're
it's
right.
the other one.
Right. Yeah.
It's up there though.
Yeah, he's another one. So if they are playing in one of those tougher defenses, I'm gonna check it out right now. But he just didn't look like himself. I don't know if you caught that game. He's still obviously he's not producing the way he normally does. He looks like something's off. So I'm a little nervous about this one. I think that it would be in their best interest to be conservative with him.
So do you want to cover the other running back that could be coming back?
Yeah. So this one I didn't get to look into. I don't know that he's going to be coming back. Why do I think that?
Well, he actually practiced on Monday. That's Rashad Penny.
Was he full practice?
I believe so. It said he practiced on Monday, but it actually didn't come out. I didn't check out the practice reports. I didn't know if you saw it or not while you were looking at Chris Carson.
Well, because they've been weird about releasing them. I see they're like coming out much later than they normally do. I don't know. Let me look I have to see what the Seahawks are playing next. I didn't get a chance. They're playing the Jets. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh when I say it. Like, it's so bad, but they're playing the Jets. So I almost would trust him over Carson. I don't know how you feel about that. I just don't like the way that Carson has been playing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's where, like, with Carson not being 100%, if he gets re-injured, you have Carlos Hyde who's beat up. Rashad Penny could actually be fantasy relevant at some point. So that's where I kind of want to look at it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think especially if he comes back and he's really at 100%, you're going to see more production from him than you are from Carson, who's obviously still really nursing this foot injury.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. So,
I'll take that.
Shall we talk COVID?
Yeah, let's talk COVID.
Let's talk COVID. Okay. So one team that is a disaster right now is the Panthers. I don't know what the heck is going on over there. I don't know if they're sharing water bottles. I don't know what's going on. But they had, I'm looking at this list now. Has to be almost 8 people. It's unclear right now if anyone has actually tested positive. And I think that's going to be the, as my dad would say, the kicker here. So if you see that it's someone that's actually testing positive, they're not going to make it to this game because this is way too close. They're going to need way more negative tests. You're looking at wide receiver, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore again, like we talked about earlier. They have 2 tackles, linebacker. This list goes on and on. So it might be a brutal week. Jeez, Steph, that's not very nice.
Because they stink.
Come on, they're doing their best. You're doing fine.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I told you couldn't get rest of it. I told you could not get through the rest of it.
That was a Chris Kardashian quote.
You said fine. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't trust
so go. This is going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. Like, we sit there and we look at the cornerbacks for the Denver Broncos. Boye is in a suspension. Basse had a torn ACL, and Callahan has the toe. He ended up on IR. So 3 of their top 4 corners aren't going to be able to play. Meanwhile, we don't know who's going to be able to play yet for the wide receivers over there. Like, this is going to be like a game of the backups, pretty much. Like, who has the best backups in this game? Hopefully they all heal up and everybody's fine to play. But at least for the Broncos, it's going to be a shit show. Now, as for Robbie Anderson, he might be the only option on this offense. Ian Thomas is another guy that might be the only option on this offense.
Right.
But, how did DJ Moore get COVID while being hurt and going through rehab?
This is my question. So, the one thing is the virus, it's the way that before you can test positive too, there's like 2 to 14 days. So it could have been that it was before his injury. But it's very interesting to see what the scenario is. Again, even thinking about Des Bryant, if so many people are testing positive, why is it not more secure? I don't really know what the situation is. So I'm hoping some of these teams are not getting a little loose with their protocol, especially this late in the season. So we'll have to be fingers crossed a little bit. But Panthers are looking
a bubble for the playoffs. That's all I hope.
I know. I bet. Looking at like a team like the 49ers, I bet you don't see any more COVID positive tests because they're basically isolating them. They're not going to have control over basically anything at this point because they're staying in a hotel altogether. So, some of these, you can't really control every single thing they do, whether they signed a contract saying they're going to not do this or not do that.
Well, you can always tie sheets together and climb down from your balcony. Just saying.
Right. Which is, sheets were, I've fallen.
Sweaters, like actually tied together by the hand.
Durable, like cotton, thicker cotton sweaters. Blankets work too, the bigger ones.
Okay, that makes sense. So maybe
I would
like
never climb out a window. I would definitely fall. I would definitely break both my legs if I tried to do that. I think Kyler Murray might be only an inch taller than me.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. Okay.
All right. So let's go with the Steelers. What's going on with the Steelers?
Okay. Steelers. So we talked about it last week a little bit. James Conner. He's someone that is he had cancer. He had Hodgkin's lymphoma. There's been no reports that he has had severe symptoms or any kind of complications with it. So my thing is, are they doing that because they're also trying to be respectful to his past illnesses, and they're trying to respect that, or is it that he is doing fine? I kind of have a feeling, to be honest, with his past medical history, it's a smarter choice to keep to sit him again. So we might look at. I don't know that you're going to see Mr. Connor, which obviously they would benefit from it, because even before the Steelers could not run the ball, and then you lose Connor, and it's forget about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about it last week, I believe, right? Didn't we cover this last week? How we just don't.
We did.
It's sketchy, like to be able to try and bring him back, with his conditions.
Right.
So it's not something I want to see. It's not something we have to see there, because when he was in the game, he still wasn't rushing. He was rushing for like 3 yards of carry. Right. So why bring him back?
There's really no reason, especially a player like that. So I think that letting him rest, letting his body get back to normal, because it's pretty unlikely to me that he's not experiencing symptoms. This isn't someone that's having no symptoms at all. The body goes through a lot, obviously, when you have cancer. So it's a little bit different of a healing process. But good news is there's been no negative. None of the reports have said anything. So we'll keep an eye on it. But pretty unlikely that you see him this weekend.
Yeah, I concur. Well, Steph, thank you for delivering your rehab report today.
I got it. See you next week. Same time, same place.
Give a shout out for your plug. Where can we find you? What do you do?
You can find me at Steffi Smalls with 3 L's. I am part of Join Our Circle, obviously, for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, duh.
For obvious reasons. You can also a good time to figure out if there's any last minute sit start. You guys can check us out on Sundays. We do a live about 11:30. Depends on how all 3 of us are doing that morning. It might be a couple minutes later. I also write for Giants Rush. I do an injury report for them. There's a bunch of stuff going on over there. I don't have any answers about Blake Martinez before you all start spamming me. I am going to do my best to try and figure out. And then I also do interviews with Sleeper Wire. That station's at On Beat 19. You guys can check it out. I just interviewed a Titans beat writer.
How was that?
It went very well. Now I call Wednesdays Woo Wednesdays, because he had a Wu-Tang Wednesdays with some of the players. Very funny. But so it's tomorrow's Woo Wednesday. Thank you, Davenport. But it's been fun. I had a blast. I was trying to peel a little more information than I wanted to, but
did you get my question in? Did you see my question? Did you get it in?
Which one was it? I just was copy and pasting them all onto a piece of paper quick, or onto a document fast.
No, a Sombrilla going out.
Was it about Davis or no?
No, Sombrilla going out. Isaiah Wilson just got off suspension list. So if he
yeah, I could tell it wasn't.
He's going to take over for It
wasn't going that way. So you gotta just feel the situation, Chase. Just like we do. God. So you just gotta feel the situation.
I feel every situation. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in.
Feel situations.
Oh God. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go check us out at Join Our Circle _. And thank you guys for this interview with your fantasy football life.